That used F-150 might look like a great deal, but it could be a ticking time bomb. As a mechanic, I know some Ford engines are legends, while others will bankrupt you. Today, I'm exposing the 3 worst engines to avoid and the 4 best to buy. Worst engine number 3, the 5.4-liter Triton. If you've spent even 5 minutes on a Ford forum, you've waded through the horror stories about this engine. This is the infamous 3-valve 5.4-liter Triton, found in a massive number of vehicles, including the hugely popular 2004 to 2010 F-150, the 1997 to 2014 Expedition, with the 3-valve variant specifically from 2005 onward, and the Lincoln Navigator, which received the 5.4-liter 3-valve SOHC V8, starting with the 2005 model year. On paper, it was Ford's attempt to modernize its V8 by blending power with better efficiency using variable valve timing, or VCT. Ford added another intake valve to the combustion chambers and introduced variable cam timing, VCT, along with the intake manifold runner control, IMRC, system to help boost low-end torque and improve fuel economy. In reality, it became a mechanical nightmare for owners and a cash cow for mechanics. The single biggest, most notorious issue is its cam phaser system. These components are what give the engine its dreaded nickname, the Triton Death Rattle. It's a loud ticking or diesel-like rattling sound, especially prominent on a cold startup. This happens when the variable cam timing phasers can no longer be controlled by the ECU due to wear in the phaser or a lack of oil pressure and volume being delivered to them. Now, not every rattle means immediate doom, but ignoring it is like playing Russian roulette with your engine's internals. The composite timing chain tensioners struggle with seal failure and the resulting loss of oil pressure, and when left unaddressed, the broken pieces of plastic timing chain guides can cause catastrophic internal damage. The complete fix requires full replacement of the timing and valve train system, along with a high-volume oil pump, updated lash adjusters, and roller followers, and replacement of the VCT solenoids. The repair bill for a full timing job, including phasers, chains, guides, and tensioners, can range from under $1,000 for just the phasers on some engines to $2,000 to $4,000 or more on the 5.4-liter V8 when the timing components and oil pump are included. But the pain doesn't stop there. These 3-valve engines used a 2-piece spark plug design. The upper piece contains the wrench hex and threads, while the lower piece is a smooth tube that extends the reach of the plug down to the combustion chamber. After the spark plugs have been in the engine for a while, carbon deposits form around this lower tube, bonding it to the cylinder head. From 2004 to 2008, Ford's 3-valve engines used this 2-piece spark plug that was prone to breaking off in the cylinder head during removal. A simple spark plug change can quickly escalate into a costly repair. If a plug breaks or blows out, you're looking at $700 to over $1,000. And if the cylinder head is damaged, that repair can run $3,000 to $4,500. It's worth noting that Ford issued a Technical Service Bulletin, TSB, with procedures and special extraction tools to remove broken plugs without pulling the head in many cases, though in the worst-case scenarios, cylinder head removal or replacement is still required. It is the worst-case outcome, not the standard one, but it remains a real and expensive risk. It's crucial to know that the earlier 2-valve version of the 5.4-liter was a solid, dependable engine. The 2-valve version had its own issues with spark plug blowouts from 1997 to 2003, but these were a different problem from the 3-valve stuck plug design. The 3-valve version, however, is a certified money pit. You'll see them everywhere on used car lots at tempting prices. The 2004 to 2008 model years were the worst for phaser issues, so pay special attention to those. My advice, unless the seller can hand you a thick stack of receipts from a reputable shop proving a recent professional timing job was done with high-quality parts, specifically Ford/Motorcraft phasers and ratcheting chain tensioners, not cheap aftermarket parts, you should walk away fast. Worst engine number 2. The 6.4-liter Power Stroke diesel. Coming in at number 2 is the engine that was supposed to fix the legendary problems of its predecessor, but instead it just created a whole new and arguably more expensive set of issues, the 6.4-liter Power Stroke. This engine had a very short lifespan, found in Ford's Super Duty lineup, the F250, F350, and F450 from only 2008 to 2010, with a factory twin sequential turbocharger arrangement. It had a lot of promise on paper, 350 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, its reputation soured almost immediately. Among mechanics, this engine is often called the throwaway engine, because when it fails, it often fails so catastrophically that it's cheaper to replace the whole truck. It's plagued by a list of incredibly expensive potential failures, but one of the worst is cracked pistons. The piston design features a fuel bowl, which is where cracks typically start at the thin edge, and these cracks can then lengthen across the entire piston. If the crack is bad enough and goes undetected, the piston can start to disintegrate and cause catastrophic engine damage. When a piston finally lets go, you aren't looking at a simple repair. You're looking at a complete engine replacement that will easily cost more than the truck itself is worth, with some shops quoting $20,000 or more for a full replacement. Then there's the disastrous emissions system. This was Ford's first diesel equipped with a diesel particulate filter, or DPF. During its cleaning cycle, known as regeneration, extra fuel is introduced into the exhaust stream in order to raise the exhaust gas temperatures such that the material in the DPF can be burned off. The diesel that doesn't make it out of the cylinders slips past the compression and oil rings and ultimately joins the engine oil down in the crankcase. This is so common that it's not unusual to drain 5 to 6 gallons, 20 to 24 quarts of oil out of an emissions-equipped 6.4 liters during an oil change, when there should only be 15 quarts. Diluting engine oil with diesel fuel doesn't bode well for things like main and rod bearings, nor the turbochargers or valve train. To add insult to injury, the engine is packaged so tightly in the engine bay that most major repairs are significantly complicated by the lack of working space. Blown head gaskets, cracked up pipes, and even high-pressure fuel pump, oil cooler, and turbo replacement can all warrant the separation of the cab from the frame on these trucks. This single step dramatically inflates labor costs, turning a difficult job into a financial catastrophe. If maintained properly, with luck, you can expect to get between 150,000 and 200,000 miles before a major overhaul is needed, though this is still a massive gamble. If you are in the market for a used heavy-duty diesel, this is one you absolutely must approach with extreme caution. Worst engine number 1. The 6-liter Power Stroke diesel. And now, for the undisputed king, the poster child of problematic Ford engines, the one that single-handedly created an entire aftermarket industry built around bulletproofing, just to make it survivable. The 6L Power Stroke. You'll find it in Super Duty trucks like the F250 and F350, the massive Ford Excursion, and E-Series vans. In the Super Duty pickups, F250, F350, F450, F550, and the Excursion. It ran from model years 2003 to 2007, with the Excursion discontinued after 2005. In E-Series vans, however, the 6L continued through the 2010 model year, not 2007, as sometimes stated. The list of common failures is staggering, and they all stem from a disastrous chain reaction of design flaws. The most infamous cascade of failures starts with the oil cooler. The stock oil cooler has incredibly tiny passages that get clogged with casting sand left over from the manufacturing process and silicates from certain types of coolant. When the oil cooler clogs, it starves the EGR cooler of coolant flow, causing it to overheat and fail. This leads to the second major failure, the EGR cooler. The stock cooler, starved of coolant and subjected to extreme heat, is prone to rupturing and dumping engine coolant into the intake manifold. This coolant is vaporized by combustion heat in the cylinders, which dramatically increases cylinder pressure and puts immense stress on the factory head bolts. This leads to the third major failure, blown head gaskets. The problem is that Ford used torque-to-yield, TTY, head bolts, which are designed to stretch upon installation. The engine uses only 4 M14 TTY head bolts per cylinder, 10 per head side, which were simply not strong enough to handle the pressure spikes caused by the cascade above, allowing the head gaskets to fail. The source of weakness isn't just the TTY design itself, it's the combination of the bolt specification, undersized M14 diameter, versus the M16 used on the later 6.4 liter, and the insufficient number of bolts per cylinder, 4, down from 6, on the 7.3 liter Power Stroke. And here's the kicker, fixing a 6 liter properly isn't cheap. A full bulletproofing job, which includes replacing the weak TTY head bolts with heavy-duty ARP head studs, upgrading the EGR and oil coolers, and addressing other weak points, will run you anywhere from $5,000 to well over $13,000 or more, depending on the shop, scope of work, and whether the heads require machining, or if additional components like the FICM or water pump need attention. Unless you find a truck with a folder full of receipts proving it has been thoroughly and professionally bulletproofed by a reputable shop, you should run, not walk, in the other direction. Now that you know which engines to avoid like the plague, let's flip the script. Let's talk about the legends, the power plants that gave Ford its built Ford tough reputation. These are the engines you should be looking for. Best engine number 4. The 4.6-liter Modular V8. Let's start our list of legends with a true, unsung workhorse. The 4.6-liter 2-valve Modular V8. This engine powered a massive range of vehicles, from the iconic Crown Victoria police cars and Lincoln Town cars, to the Mustang GT and the F150 pickup. The engine family launched in the 1991 Lincoln Town car, but the Mustang GT didn't receive it until 1996, and the F150 not until 1997, with production of the 4.6-liter modular engine continuing until 2014. It's not the most powerful or technologically advanced engine Ford ever made, but what it lacks in raw horsepower, it more than makes up for in sheer, relentless durability. This engine truly earned its bulletproof reputation in the grueling world of police fleets and taxicabs. These are vehicles that face the worst possible conditions: hours of idling, constant stop-and-go traffic, and high mileage abuse, day in and day out. The 4.6-liter just kept going. It's not uncommon to see these engines push well past 300,000 or even 400,000 miles, with nothing more than basic, routine maintenance. Its secret is its beautiful simplicity. It's a durable, single overhead cam design that wasn't burdened by the complex and failure-prone systems that plagued later engines. Did you know that the main issue on early models, a plastic intake manifold that could crack and leak coolant due to thermal stress, with the thermostat area being one of the most common failure points, was addressed by Ford late in the 2001 model year with a revised manifold? Starting with the 2002 model year, Ford began using an updated nylon composite intake manifold fitted with an aluminum front coolant crossover, which corrected the cracking problem. Note that the manifold body itself remained nylon composite. Only the front coolant crossover section was changed to aluminum. Today, that repair is straightforward and relatively inexpensive. If you find a well-maintained F-150, Mustang, or Mercury Grand Marquis with this engine, you're looking at one of the most dependable and low cost of ownership vehicles Ford ever built. It's cheap to maintain, easy to work on, and it simply refuses to die. Best engine number 3. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost. Now, this one might surprise some people. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost, a twin turbocharged, direct-injected engine, is the polar opposite of simple. And let's be crystal clear, the first generation, produced before the 2017 model year, had its share of well-documented growing pains, most notably timing chain stretch on earlier models and intercooler condensation issues that primarily affected 2011 to 2012 trucks. However, the second-generation 3.5-liter EcoBoost, introduced for the 2017 model year F150, brought meaningful engineering changes. Ford made several targeted upgrades to address the Gen 1's known weaknesses. One of the most significant was the addition of a dual fuel system, combining direct injection with port injection. The port injectors spray fuel onto the back of the intake valves, helping to prevent carbon buildup commonly seen in direct injection-only systems like the Gen 1. Ford also replaced the Gen 1's single timing chain with a dual primary timing chain system, stronger and more robust, addressing the timing chain stretch issues seen in Gen 1. That said, the Gen 2 is not without its own issues, and it would be inaccurate to call it a near-total overhaul that fully resolved the engine's reliability concerns. Ford recognized a widespread cam phaser problem specifically in 2017 to 2020 models, issuing Technical Service Bulletin TSB 21N03, covering the F150, Raptor, 2018 to 2020 Expedition, and Navigator. Ford also extended warranty coverage for cam phaser repairs, offering full coverage for vehicles under 69,999 miles, and partial coverage up to 79,999 miles. This was a recurring issue for many owners, not just a minor one, and prospective buyers should be aware of it. The result is still an engine that delivers strong V8 rivaling power, with better fuel efficiency than a comparable V8. It is found in the F150 Expedition and Lincoln Navigator, and delivers a broad torque curve that makes it a capable towing platform. With proper, diligent maintenance, especially frequent, high-quality oil changes at shorter intervals than the factory monitor may suggest, many owners do report strong long-term reliability. However, it is fair to say the Gen 2 requires attentive ownership more than most engines, and buyers of used 2017 to 2020 examples should specifically check the cam phaser service history. It remains a genuinely impressive engine in terms of performance per displacement, but the full picture includes real-world ownership costs that the original text glossed over. Best engine number 2, the 5-liter Coyote V8. If you're a fan of traditional, naturally aspirated, all-American V8 power, This is your engine. The 5-liter Coyote, which debuted in 2011 under the hoods of the Ford Mustang GT and F-150, is a modern masterpiece. It brilliantly combines advanced technology like Twin Independent Variable Cam Timing (TIVCT), which controls the opening time of intake and exhaust valves, delivering a winning trifecta of more power, improved fuel economy, and reduced emissions, with a rugged, high-revving, and incredibly durable design. Mechanics and owners alike praise the Coyote for its stout reliability. If an owner adheres to the maintenance schedule, it's not uncommon for the engine to exceed 200,000 miles. Unlike Ford's EcoBoost engines, the 5 avoids turbocharger-related failures, which contributes significantly to its long-term durability. Now, it's not perfect. The most standout issue is the oil consumption problem, which affected specifically the Gen 3 Coyote manufactured between 2018 and 2020, with Ford citing excessive intake vacuum pressure drawing oil into the combustion chamber. Additionally, direct injection fuel systems in the Gen 3 also produce ticking sounds that, while often normal injector noise, can in some cases indicate mechanical issues, such as piston slap or connecting rod bearing wear, so they should not be dismissed categorically as harmless. However, its overall track record is stellar. What makes the Coyote so beloved is that it delivers the best of both worlds. The Ford Coyote 5-liter V8 is widely praised for its smooth, high-revving power band, delivering a broad, linear torque curve with impressive top-end power, giving the Mustang GT its classic, snarling V8 rumble and high RPM rush that makes it a global icon. The F-150 received its own version of the Coyote, focused less on horsepower and more on low-end grunt, making it a torque-rich, dependable workhorse. Unlike many modern engines that have become disposable commodities, the Coyote has a soul. For legions of Ford fans, the 5-liter Coyote represents the absolute peak of modern V8 engineering, blending old-school character with new-school performance and reliability. Best engine number 1, the 7.3-liter Godzilla V8. And that brings us to the number 1 best Ford engine you can own today. In an era of relentless downsizing, turbocharging, and complexity, Ford did something completely unexpected. They went beautifully old school. The 7.3-liter Godzilla V8, introduced for the 2020 model year, was added to Ford's heavy-duty Super Duty lineup, alongside the 6.2-liter Boss and the 6.7-liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. It is a glorious throwback to the big, simple, torque monster gas engines that defined American trucks for decades. This engine is built for one thing: relentless, unapologetic work. It uses a traditional cam-in-block pushrod OHV design, meaning fewer moving parts and significantly less complexity than modern overhead cam engines. That elegant simplicity is its greatest strength. It has a stout cast-iron block for maximum rigidity, aluminum cylinder heads to reduce weight and improve heat dissipation, and a forged steel crankshaft. It also uses port fuel injection, which completely avoids the carbon buildup issues seen in direct injection engines. And despite its traditional pushrod layout, the Godzilla's aluminum cylinder heads incorporate a genuinely modern trick: dual equal variable camshaft timing, DEVCT, a rare feature in pushrod engines that allows the single in-block camshaft to adjust valve timing based on operating conditions, improving both power and efficiency. So this is not purely old school, it blends classic architecture with genuinely modern engineering. In terms of output, the original 2020 to 2022 Super Duty trucks produce 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, while 2023 and later trucks received an upgrade to 485 pound-feet of torque at the same 430 horsepower rating, numbers that are more than enough to get serious work done. From the day it was released, the Godzilla has earned a stellar reputation for durability. It has quickly gained recognition as one of the most reliable, serviceable, and tunable V8s Ford has ever produced. Mechanics love it because it's refreshingly easy to work on, and fleet owners love it because the total cost of ownership is proving to be significantly lower than that of a complex modern diesel. And while it's still relatively new, meaning long-term data is still being established, all early indicators point to this being one of the most durable, long-lasting engines Ford has produced in decades. Tuners have already pushed the Godzilla beyond 700 horsepower with simple modifications, all while maintaining factory reliability, making it a favorite among enthusiasts looking to power everything from Fox body Mustangs to classic Broncos. The 7.3-liter Godzilla is proof that sometimes the best way forward is to embrace simple, rugged, and proven design. It is, without a doubt, a future legend in the making.